Hey, my name is Arandelis and this is tutorial about the programming language arrays. Now let's jump into it. So how do we declare a variable of type array? So first we do like this, array, and then we enter element type and add brackets after it. So this is how you create a variable of array type. Now how do we initialize it? To initialize it we need to write equals and again brackets, and inside we need to place elements that you want your array to contain. For example, I have integer array here and I will place 1, 2, 3 in it. What is array? Array is a collection of elements that is held under single variable. So in this case we have array variable that holds 3 elements. And if we want, if we declare array variable being mutable, we can add more or delete existing elements from it. So let me show you how do we add new elements to array. First we make array variable being mutable and then we just call a push method of array. And to call a method of array we need to place a dot between variable name and method name. In this case we want to push a value of 4 in it, and let's then print our array. Now let's run this example and you see that our array has 4 elements now. How do we remove elements? To remove elements we call remove method and we pass an index of element you want to remove. And how do you calculate index of element in array? So array's index count starts from 0. So this element has index of 0, this one has index of 1 and this one has index of 2. So indexation of arrays starts with 0. And if I want to remove 2, then I pass index of 1, because it has index of 1. And then I copy print statement and I run this example again. And you see that now in second print statement our array has no element of 2. Okay, cool. Now we can actually remove type of variable because the programming language supports type inference, which means that it can infer type, it can like guess the type from the elements that we have here. And if we have all the elements of type numbers, then it is going to assign integer array type to this variable. Okay, now how do you access elements? So you placed elements inside of array, how do you access them? You can access array elements by using element access expression. And here's how it works. You type variable name, then you open square brackets and inside you type element index that you want to access, for example index of 1. And now when we print it, we will see that it actually returned a reference to the element inside of this array. And if you want to print a value, you need to create a variable. For example, let's create a number variable of type integer, which is equal to array element at index of 1. And then when we print number variable, we will get output of 2. And specifying type here is very important, because if we don't, then it is going to assign reference integer type to number variable. Arrays have some handy properties that we can use, for example array length, like this. So let's print it and we see that our array has a length of 3. If we change length, for example we push another value in it, and we print length again, then we will see that the length actually changed from 3 to 4. These can be useful in loops. Arrays have also other properties. For example, it has property of first, which returns a reference to first element in array, and we can again access by creating a number variable of type integer, which is equal to array first, and then print it. And when we run it, we'll get an output of 1 because our first element is 1. And also we have property called last, which is essentially a last element of the array. which is 3, as you can see here. How do you iterate over array? I will show you. So first we create a loop. Inside loop we create a variable called I, which is short for index, equals 0. We assign it to 0 and then we loop it while I is less than array length, and then we increase it by 1 every iteration. And then we create inside we can just copy this variable and paste it here. And we will use element access expression and place inside I variable. And when we print num and remove this line and run it, we will get output of 1 to 3. Now there's also another way to iterate through array. First we create it variable, which is short for iterator. Then we assign it to be a value of array.first, so first element of the array. And then we iterate while iterator is less than equal array last. And then we add 1 to our iterator each iteration. Then we replace this with iterator, and when we run it we will get exactly the same output. We also have for each method, but to use it we need to create another function like this. So first we create a function called array for each, which is going to just print our item, and then inside we are going to call for each method with array for each function, and it will accept it parameter, which is of type integer, and second parameter, which is index of element. So when we run it we will get exactly the same output. Okay, this is it for now. Thank you for watching. See you soon.